Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And so I'm doing a quick prologue video about multi-level marketing companies that I have experience with that I never actually joined, and I have a few. It's actually quite amazing how endemic in our culture multi-level marketing is. They're basically everywhere, whether we recognize it or not. I mean, look at how we talk about our food storage Tupperwares. We call them Tupperwares. Here we call them Tupperwares in my house, even though we never used a Tupperware bowl. Actually, I take that back. We have a little green cup that's Tupperware brand, with a lid, and the lid's missing, of course. But Tupperware's everywhere, even if only in name. So anyway, so multi-level marketing companies, they're everywhere. Avon, we've all heard of Avon. We all know of Avon. Ding dong, Avon lady calling. It was in Edward Scissorhands. I mean, how perfect. And I have that video coming up soon. But other MLM companies are ones that I got introduced to. We'll start with the first. It's called World Financial Group. Some people have, I saw a video, I think it was Emily Leah read something with the initials WFG, and it was a "we can't accept you" letter because the person, it was her, people got fired from their MLM because the person didn't get licensed. Well, World Financial Group sells financial services, which is a highly regulated industry. So in order to sell, computer's on my lap. In order to sell certain financial services, you have to be licensed. And if you're not licensed, you can't sell. It's like life insurance, which I'll cover a little bit in my American Income life insurance video, that if you're not a licensed agent, you cannot sell for the insurance company. Same with financial services. So if the person got fired from World Financial Group, it's because they can't sell a financial product without the proper licenses. In any case, so my first introduction was back in my early college days. I think I might have been 19. I was pretty young. So I got ready. My dad had told me about this business opportunity. He said it sounded interesting. So I'm like, okay, I'll go check it out. And I think I remember it saying something about having to look professional. So I got a suit. I think I had a nice skirt, nice professional looking skirt, professional looking top. And I went to this meeting. When I got there, my first impressions when I got there was that it was kind of weird. And it was weird because of the way it was set up. It was a big group meeting, so there was a lot of people. It was at a building, like one of those big rent-a-conference room buildings, pretty local to me, right off the 101 freeway in Agoura, right before Calabasas. And they had everybody in there. They had all these like promotional things on the walls, something about conventions, things like that. And there was a lot of the lady who was running the meeting was very much trying to get everybody excited. Where have we heard this before? So there was a lot of hoorah, a lot of hooray, a lot of yeah, let's do this. Let's get pumped up. Let's get excited. They wanted you to get excited, and they weren't shy about telling you they wanted you to get excited. And so I'm like, this is weird. This feels like a cult. That's what went through my mind. This feels like a cult. This is weird. And I can't stress it enough. It was weird. For a 19-year-old, I wish I had maintained this level of skepticism because it was bizarre. Anyway, so after the meeting, I was supposed to interview the guy. He was, I guess, looking back, knowing what I know today, he was probably like the leader, and she was this, like the upline, and she was trying to put this meeting on for his benefit. We've done that in MLMs. So anyway, he takes me into this like office looking room. It's pretty bare. Thinking back about the office, I remember seeing there was not too many things inside this office, like a desk, a chair, chairs for person coming in for an interview, but it was very barren. So we're chatting. What are your goals? He asked me all those typical questions. And I'm like, oh, just whatever. At the time, I wanted to be a starving artist in New York working on Broadway. So, yay, theater. But anyway, finally, he's like, well, okay, before we can get started, I need your social security number. I'm like, wait, what? See, at that point, it was like sort of interested. I was concerned, but sort of interested. But when he said he wanted my social, I like froze up. It was like full stop. Wait, no, what? He didn't give me an application. He didn't even offer an application. He just wanted my social security number. That didn't sound right. At the time, I was still a fresh adult. Like I just barely been an adult for 2 years. I'm like, no, I was taught never, ever, ever to give out my social security number. This is not happening. So I said, I'll think about it. And I never showed up anywhere where that person was again. And I never, I can't remember if he tried to follow up with me. I think he did, and I said no. Oh my gosh, flashback. I think he did follow up with me, and I think I remember saying, I'm not interested. I changed my mind or whatever. But anyway, that's because it was so freaky. Wrong subject, kid. My 5-year-old was like, but Mom, you already got married. She has no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that was my I guess it wasn't my first experience. That was my very first personal experience with a run-in with a multi-level marketing company. Let's see, what was my next? I had already heard of Avon. I mean, Edward Scissorhands featured the Avon lady. What else? I had heard of Mary Kay. I want to ask my best friend about this. But when we were kids, so I'm thinking maybe my first MLM experience actually goes back further. I do remember when we were kids, my best friend and I got signed up for Mary Kay because she had a older friend slash sister who was a Mary Kay lady. Oh my God, I remember this. She was a Mary Kay lady, and she came and signed us. Well, not me. She didn't sign me up. She came and signed my best friend up. I gotta ask my best friend about this. She came and signed my best friend up, and my best friend, with her little kit next to her, was like, I think it's a scam. Those were her words. I'll never forget those. She's like, I think it's a scam. We were like 11. I'm gonna ask her about that. I wonder if she remembers. Anyway, so maybe Mary Kay and Avon were our first. But let's see what happened after that. So fast forward. We covered World Financial Group. Let's fast forward a little bit. What other? Let's fast forward to a couple years ago. I was looking for some lipsticks. So I'm always looking for a good stay all day black lipstick. I got to see Toxic Tears do her review on Kat Von D versus Jeffree Star. It looks like they both held up pretty well. But I'm like, I want something. I wanted the whole thing that had the gloss on top. And I had seen advertisements for Lip Sense's Blackberry. Or is it called Blackberry? Yeah, it's called Blackberry. For Lip Sense's Blackberry. So I was intrigued and I saw the commercials. Obviously, the commercials they are using and campaigns are using professional makeup artists with professional models. So, of course, the makeup looks better than it actually performs in real life. But I was intrigued because I really wanted a black lipstick that would not rub off. Hard to find, even with all the formulas today. But I'm always in the market for a good black lipstick. So I was curious and I started looking. So I started getting added to groups that I wanted to get added to, where they were selling, because at the time I was looking, they had discontinued Blackberry. And people were auctioning it off. And here's the crazy part. People who were trying to get rid of their inventory because they had family members who were sick. I think one lady, her husband was sick, like sick, and she was trying to auction off her rare unicorn lip colors, the colors that had been discontinued in order to pay medical bills. And the same lady turned around and in other lip sense groups with the unicorn colors, this lady was buying them. She was outbidding everybody. Like, this was crazy. She was selling the exact same colors and then turning around and outbidding people. Like, I don't know what was up with that. I remember watching it going like, are you insane? I can't tell. At the time, I couldn't tell, and I was trying to tell if she was trying to up the bidding price so the next buyer would pay. I mean, these things were going for like $100, $145. I couldn't tell if she was trying to actively up the price so that the next buyer would pay a lot more, or if she was trying to get them for herself. I think at one point she said, I wanted this color for myself, but she had it in her stock originally. So it's like, why did you sell it in the first place? So that was weird. And so I reached out to a friend of mine who I knew sold it. I don't think she sells it anymore, but I reached out to her and I told her what colors I was interested in. And I just kind of lurked in her Facebook group because I was curious about like how the colors work. She did all her little ad campaigns, you know, the whole smear your lips on glass and stuff. And I just like, okay, well, they don't have any colors. And then Halloween came around. This was Halloween. It's either 2016 or 2017. I can't remember. It was a bit ago. And it might have been 2018. I really don't remember. But it during Halloween, they brought back the blackberry color. So it was a limited time. I don't know if they still have the color, but it was a limited time for Halloween at the time. And not only did they bring the black color, they had a blue color that I have. I think it was called Team Witch. A really deep red plum color called Plum. And then, of course, they had their Kiss for a Cause, which is like a pink, almost fuchsia, but not quite fuchsia, Barbie pink, which was also, I think it was discontinued at some point. Anyway, so they had those colors. So I got those 4 colors. So the pink, the red, the blue, and the black from her. She threw in for free 2 glosses and the remover. So she gave me a discount and threw those 3 things in for free, which was very sweet of her because already I was spending $100. Don't tell my husband. And I had already found, prior to that, I had found a blackberry unused, unopened when I got it. It was still sealed from eBay, thankfully, for cheap. Because these people were selling them everywhere else for like $100. So this lady was selling it for like 10. I'm like, get it, score. So I got it. So I have them. They don't compare well to another brand. So Lip Sense is actually a direct ripoff of a company called Lip Ink. I'm not wearing the color. I was wearing it earlier in my other videos, but I'm not wearing it currently. And Lip Ink was started in 1995 by a woman named Rose, who created this lip stain color in order to be long wear, genuinely smudge and smear proof. As a matter of fact, she has it as a guarantee that it is smudge and smear proof, and it is. I peeled it off completely on purpose because I just like to torture myself, but whatever. And my lips were really dry. And I didn't have the proper lip balm. So I ended up taking the whole thing off just because I wanted to. Oh well. But it's a really great lip stain. It's like a true lip stain. Whereas Lip Ink, when you put it on, not only does it burn, like it burns, each swipe burns. It peels off. So it'll start, the lip sense will peel off starting in the corners and then inside the waterline. And if you don't put the moisturizer on it properly or often enough, it'll crack as you use it. So it's more like acrylic paint. Like when I wear it, it feels like I'm wearing acrylic paint. It dries out really bad and really fast. And it really dries out your lips. The things I do for fashion. I actually haven't worn my lip sense in a while because one, it's not as good as the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink, but two, it burns, and when my lips are really really dry, like they are, especially in winter, the pain is so unbearable. The kids are playing video games. Um, thing with lip ink is it tingles. Now, when I put it on, and I put it on today, and I was peeling my lips this morning, which is so bad. Don't do that. But I was peeling my lips this morning, and I decided I'm just gonna put the lip ink on. It tingled. It stung for like half a second, but then when I did the second swipe, it was fine. So whatever the formula is in lip ink, even though it tingles, it didn't actually like burn the way Lip Sense would burn. And I think the first ingredient in Lip Sense is alcohol, but I'll link below so you can see the advertisement on lip ink versus Lip Sense. It's crazy how in 1999, SeneGence was like, let me just take this small business owner and rip her off completely. Um, so yeah, and Lip Ink is an LA, Los Angeles based company. So there's that. And I'll link all that below in the description box. And next company, sorry, excuse me, was that I've had experience with was It Works. And I don't have experience with this personally because I've never signed up for It Works and I've never bought the products, but a family member did. And because my family member, we've all seen the It Works ads, the before and afters. Well, my family member was completely in that. The live videos talking about how this person should be supported and people are not being supportive. The before and afters from the hair, skin, and nails, the before and afters for the wraps, the before and afters, how you can use the wraps on your face, all these things. Okay, I love my family, so I'm not going to talk about which family members, but suffice it to say, this person was in deep for a while. Can't blame this person because, hello, former Humbot. But I decided to look into this because I'm like, okay, well, I've been in MLMs. Let me see what's going on here. And the advertising that they do, that a lot of the It Works distributors do when they say, oh, I'll give you my discount. The ones that give you in their private messages. We see this all the time on the Reddit Anti-MLM. Oh, I will give you my discount. Would you like to try my products? You'll get my discount. That's so dishonest because you're not getting a discount for a 90-day trial. 90 days, in other words, is 3 months. Let's change the lingo. It is. You will get to be a distributor for 3 months. That's what that means. Because when they sign you up for the discount, they're signing you up to be a distributor for 3 months. I think it's called their loyal member, and I'll link that down below. But I have their policies and procedures. I downloaded it. I think I still have it. But according to their policies and procedures, you have to sign up for 3 months. 90 days. 90 days translates to 3 months. You have to sign up for 3 months. You have to buy the product for 3 months. So when they say you'll get my discount for 90 days, what they really mean is you're going to be forced to buy products for 3 months. And I've seen this happen in people's complaints on the FTC's website, in Reddit Anti-MLM site, where people were complaining that they couldn't cancel. And when they tried to cancel, there were hefty fines. It's because when they were signed up by these deceitful direct messages from these distributors, they didn't know they were actually being signed up to be a distributor for a minimum of 3 months. So that's what that means. And so do me a big favor. Whenever you see somebody private messaging you or someone else that little spiel, call them out on it because it is so wrong. Just flat out tell them exactly what that lingo means. It means you want me to sign up and pay a minimum amount every month for 3 months. of product I don't want. That's unfair. That's not right. So call them out on it, because that's what that really means. And so those are my experiences with multi-level marketing. In some way firsthand, it's like in my sphere, you know. I don't have experience with, I know somebody who's a Tupperware sales lady, not Tupperware, Pampered Chef. I know someone's a Pampered Chef sales lady. I had scheduled a party for her for Pampered Chef, but we ended up canceling it because I didn't get anybody. Nobody was interested. I mean, nobody was interested in coming to it because Pampered Chef is so ridiculously overpriced. So I had a catalog. This was a couple of years ago. It didn't go anywhere, and I feel bad for her that, you know, I couldn't help her out, but at the same time I don't feel bad because we don't want to perpetuate multi-level marketing. So if we can cut it off at the pass wherever we can, the better. In any case, so if you have similar MLM experiences, share below. Let's talk about MLMs. I'll be uploading this week several videos on my firsthand experience as members of certain MLMs. There's 4 videos. Well, there's 4 stories, but one video is 2 parts, so there's 5 videos. So I'll be uploading those this week. Please like, share, and comment. And anything else will be left in the description box below. If I forget to add something either here in the video or in the description box below, I will add it in the comments, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.